Hi, Sagittarius. Welcome to your April 2022 astrological forecast. So, the good news is the sun is in Aries, a fellow fire sign. And you know what? Jupiter moves into Aries next month. So, you'll have Jupiter in your fifth house. That's where you have the sign of Aries, okay? Fifth house is the house of romance and fun, gambling, speculation, entertainment of any kind, sports, games, children, creativity, creative projects, anything. But it's fun. It's the house of fun. And you could probably use a little bit more fun, right? Who couldn't, right? So I know you're looking forward to it, though, right? So anyways, though, the sun is in Aries this month up until like the 19th. And there's a new moon here on the 1st. Okay, so new moon, full moon, the effects usually occur like a few days before, a few days after. So, and let's see what else here. Mercury is still here, okay, in Aries up until like the 9th. Let me see here. Yeah. So you still have stuff going on here in your fifth house. I mean, this started at like the end of March, so you should be a little bit more lively, now. You've been kind of maybe not really secluded, but keeping to yourself a little bit more. But when plants moved into here, you were in the mood to, I don't know, get out and do something with your friends possibly, or attend a party, or maybe even throw one, because you have planets also in your fourth house of your home, where you have the sign of Pisces, but we'll get to that in a minute. But, having the sun here has turned your interest towards, I'd have to say, even a creative project or something that you've been working on, but it's not something that you're doing for fun. You're doing it having it in mind that this is going to be your main source of income, but it is fun, whatever it is that you're doing. You may even be contacted about a past job that you've done that was fun, to see if you're available to do that, even if it's just a one-time thing or an every so often kind of thing. This could be anything, but this is the house of entertainment. And you do have the planet Uranus in your sixth house of the kind of work that you do, which brings in like different kinds of work, something different than you normally do. So I would have to say, if you're in the entertainment industry, something that you've done in the past, you're being contacted about to, see if you want to do it again. It doesn't necessarily have to be right now. It could be something in the near future, but somebody wants to see if you're interested in doing this. Fifth house also being the house of romance, so you could be in the mood for something like that. If you're currently seeing someone, it does make you want to spend a little bit more time with them than maybe you normally do. You're the sign that doesn't like anybody up in your face, so you're usually not up in someone else's face, meaning you don't have to hear from them every single day and know their every move, and but this could be one of those times where you're actually in the mood to spend more time than you normally would with someone that you're in a romantic relationship with. As far as creativity goes, that you could really begin something around this new moon. All of these things, new romance, new job, possibly a fun job that's brief. Okay, it comes and goes, but it's something that you'll be doing again somewhere down the line. Or romance. You could even meet someone new at this time. But this is the house of fun and speculation. Okay, so, Mars will be moving here eventually, and Jupiter, like I said, so you're going to really want to, you're the gambler of the Zodiac. So, I never really have to tell you to do, go play the lottery or something, but I would do something like that now, you know, especially because more planets will be moving into this area. You know, right now, let's see here. Well, Venus is moving into Pisces, okay, on the 5th. Okay, where you have Pisces in your chart is your 4th house of your home and your private life. Your family, it's the physical place where you live and the property surrounding it. The people you live with, or if you, you know, live alone, it's still like your family. It's also your childhood and your past. But it's your personal life, basically. You know, Mars moves here on the 14th. Up until that time, you know, you still have these planets in your 3rd house of Aquarius, okay? Your 3rd house is your everyday life and the places you would go throughout the normal course of the day and people that you would see, like in your own neighborhood. But it's also big communication and travel house. And I have to say, having Mars here since last month has maybe given you the opportunity to take a road trip somewhere or a little trip somewhere, you know, overnight, weekend, something like that. But it does make you a little bit more active even in your own neighborhood or your own area. So maybe you're just actually going to places that are closer to home that maybe you normally wouldn't. It could be the first time that you're even like trying out a new restaurant or something, or going to some place that you used to go you know, with friends, like in the past, you know. But it could be 3rd house is big communication and travel house, right? So you could be getting some kind of news in regards to your home, you know, your home or your family, or kind of in there right now, you know. It doesn't look to me like in a way, it is almost, I don't think anyone's just like plopping themselves on your doorstep, but this kind of seems like whatever is going on with family, I would think it's family, especially like siblings or cousins. It could be anyone, okay? But they could be kind of filling you out in a way to see how you feel about this or that, you know, because somewhere, you know, like mid-month or something, they're going to ask you to get possibly involved in some kind of family matter that you have like done away with or got away from, you know, that was taking up entirely too much of your time. It's not even really your business. You know, it's not personally your business to be taken care of, okay? So this could come back to, revisited, you know, again. And you could be really, you know, again, warding off or, you know, keeping people at arm's length, you know. But at this time, though, you're going to have Mars in your 4th house of your home. So you're definitely a no on anything anyone's asking you at this time, as, you know, far as can they, you know, depend on you to do this or that for them or help them out in some way. Can they come and stay with you? Can you watch their kids or, you know, pet sit or, you know, anything like that. It's you're going to be pretty busy with your own home. In fact, it could be pretty, like, torn up at this time because when Mars is in your 4th house, this brings about the desire, especially with Venus here, you know, to beautify your home in some way. But these are big projects with Mars here. Mars is a very energetic planet, and it gives you the incentive to want to get up and do stuff, you know, especially around your own home. And we're not just talking painting, you know, you could be doing some, like a pretty big project, okay? So you could even use that as an excuse, you know, that everything's everywhere, you know, and I'm working on my home, and that's why I don't want people in my home at this time, you know what I mean? But they'll still try, so don't, you know, don't think it's completely out of the question, right? So you know what? There's also a full moon in Libra on the 16th, and where you have Libra in your chart is your 11th house. It's directly across from your 5th house of Aries. And your 11th house is like your most sociable house. It's social media. It's socializing in person. It's your house of friends and acquaintances and any kind of group or organization that you belong to. It's also the house of dreams, hopes, and wishes. But the only thing that's occurring here this month is a full moon. So It's not like too big of a deal. In fact, you're probably not surprised by anything that you could hear at this time about one of your friends or someone that you know socially, or just someone trying to involve you in some kind of drama, or as I say, drama. Can't handle all the drama. You know, just like the same thing with family, okay, possibly trying to involve you in some kind of mess that isn't yours, okay, it doesn't have anything to do with you. But, you know, people try to make it your business as if you really care at this time. You're far more busy doing other stuff and you're focused on other things, right? Especially your work, okay? Now, Mercury is moving really fast this month, okay? On the 10th, it moves into Taurus. Before then, again, it's in your 5th house in Aries, but it's been there since last month, so you've already been experiencing that. Mercury in your 6th house of the workplace, the kind of work that you do, your co-workers, your work schedule. It's also the house of health and the house of service. Okay, now it's just here from the 10th to the 29th. And on the 29th, it moves into Gemini. Okay, your opposite sign of Gemini into your 7th house. But we'll cover that next month because it's only like the 29th and 30th. It's only 2 days this month, so it really won't affect you too much unless you are born in the first 2 days of the sign of Sagittarius. Okay, then you'll have Mercury opposing your sun, if not, you know, your rising sign or whatever. But that just means a lot of communications coming out at this time. Some of them may be necessary, not necessarily pleasant though, but necessary, period. So anyways, you're going to have Mercury and the sun in your 6th house, okay? And there's also a new moon partial solar eclipse here, okay, on the 30th. So this this is going to be a pretty active house, okay? You know you have the planet Uranus transiting here anyways, which is bringing a lot of unusual occurrences in your life when it comes to, let's say, like the workplace. This is one of those things that you could work in a place where there's a revolving door. You know, you've got a person working there one day, they go to lunch, they don't come back, okay? Stuff like that, or, you know, weird stuff with like your higher ups, you know, something weird going on with them, or even your company as far as trying to implement some kind of like policies that never work. They never work right, or nobody does them. You know, nobody even pays attention to them. Weird crap going on at work, that's all. This is the typical transit where people just stand up and go, I quit, you know. And that's coming from your boss. You know, it's not even always like a coworker. It's someone who's in charge. Just, I can't handle it anymore. I'm out of here. So this could be like one of those things, but it's a good thing. The new moon, okay, this partial solar eclipse will make this the effect of this new moon last a little longer. So it's a good thing. So whatever you begin at this time, something new that happens at the very last day of this month, okay, in regards to your job or the kind of work that you do. You know, you could be self-employed. You know, you could just get this huge burst of attention, I would have to say attention, or interest in whatever it is that you're doing, and a lot more clients and a lot more people contacting you for your work. They want your services, whatever it is that you do. Okay, so you could have an increase in that area. Okay, so the sun here does like really highlight that. I mean, it begins when the sun really actually moves here, and Mercury. Okay, but it really, I think, kicks into high gear around that new moon. So moving into May, okay? And, you know, that will be in effect. The sun will still be in Taurus next month. And I believe Jupiter moves into Aries on May 10th. And around that time, so the sun will still be in Taurus, okay? And eventually Mars and Venus will be moving into both of these signs, Aries and Taurus. So this is a pretty active area. The 5th house being the house of creativity and everything. I think you're really possibly getting together in some kind of collaboration even. with someone that in a creative project of some kind that is your own, or something that you're in collaboration with someone that is going to be your main focal point for like possibly the rest of the year. Okay. Now, as far as the sixth house being your house of health, I really think, especially when the sun moves here, your neck area is the problem. Neck and throat, you know, your voice, things like that, or from the neck up, even in your head, because whatever occurs in your neck, it hurts the rest of your head. Okay. I think that you could possibly come to some kind of solution at this time, or to where, and that could even be that new moon thing, okay, where you find a way of dealing with it or getting rid of it completely. And this being the house of service, I've mentioned this many, many times, where people just seem to rely on you very heavily for some reason. You've helped them at one point and they expect you to be there all the time for them. When especially they're not there for you. Okay, well, whatever. Everyone expects Sagittarians to take care of themselves, okay, because that's what they do best. Usually they're not the kind to really ask for a lot of help, so people just assume that you are taking care of whatever needs being taken care of. But boy, when you ask for help, you don't normally get it, okay? So this could be one of those times where somebody just tries to hit you up, you know, tries to weigh you down with some kind of responsibility that is not yours, okay? So this is when you learn to say, you have already though, learn to say, no, no, I can't. And you don't even have to give a reason why. Just say, no, I can't, okay? So the best time to do something each month is when the moon is in your own sign, and the moon is in Sagittarius on the 19th and 20th. And the best time to lay low is when the moon is in your opposite sign. And your opposite sign is Gemini, and those dates are the 5th, 6th, and 7th. And the best time for romance, recreation, creativity, fun, any kind of gambling or speculation, and anything to do with children is the 1st, 2nd, 14th, 15th, 16th, 27th, 28th, and 29th. The best time for money is the 7th, 8th, 9th, 21st, and 22nd. The best time for your career is the 12th, 13th, and 14th. And the best time for communication and travel is the 10th, 11th, 12th, 23rd, and 24th. So I would like to thank all of my subscribers for your continued support. And if you're new to my channel and you like this video, please subscribe to my channel and like and share it, and check out the links I have below in the description box. They're kind of self-explanatory, but also check out my weekly forecast, okay? So I will see you next week. Goodbye.